Marcus Aurelius Meditations, 23 Chill Guides to Not Freaking Out. Written by Roman Emperor, having a mental problem. Moment. Picture this. You're the most powerful guy on the planet. Everyone calls you Your Highness. You've got palaces, armies, and advisors on speed dial. But you're also tired, surrounded by small-minded, low-key anxious, and trying really hard not to lose your temper every 5 minutes. So what do? If you're Marcus Aurelius, you don't tweet. You write yourself a private journal full of pep talks or reminders like, stop whining, control what you can. People are going to suck, deal with it. No filter or fancy words. No whining, just straight up advice like, people will annoy you, don't let them mess with your peace. You're going to die someday, make today count. You can't control others, only how you react. It's Marcus Aurelius talking to himself, trying to stay calm, kind, and focused while running an empire and dealing with chaos. Even 2,000 years later, his words still hit hard. Think of it as a wise old friend giving you life advice. So, here are the 23 chill guides to not freaking out in any situation and staying calm all the time. 1. Do not let unkindness disturb you. Don't let anyone ruin your day. So someone treated you badly, huh? Threw shade, tossed criticism your way, maybe acted like a full-blown gremlin. Before you dive into rage mood, take a breath and try this mental judo move. Ask yourself, are they right? If yes, well, they did you a favor. Free feedback, no reason to get mad. You can't really complain when they're just pointed out something real. But what if they're wrong? Then congratulations, you've just witnessed someone being human and making a mistake. Happens all the time. Think of how many times you've messed up. No need to count, it's depressing. Feel a bit sorry for them. They're just bumbling through life like the rest of us. Now, if you feel like pointing out their error, do it, but skip the drama. Be kind, not savage. No performative takedowns. No roasting them to look cool in front of your friends. Just talk to them like they're a person, not a villain in your personal movie. And if they don't still get it, ask yourself, what tools did nature give me for moments like this? Spoiler. When someone's being jerked, you're supposed to fight back with kindness. Yeah, I know, lame but effective. Try it. Most people don't know what to do when someone's genuinely nice to them after they've been rude. It short-circuits their inner troll. No matter what anyone says or does, my task is to be good. By Marcus Aurelius, a very, very patient emperor. Now, if you put your trust in someone and it turned out to be unreliable, don't rage, don't quit life. Blame yourself a little. That's fair. You took a gamble on someone sketchy and now you know better. Welcome to the club. Bad people exist. Shocking, I know. But seriously, expecting to never run into one is like expecting to never make a mistake. Gross things happen. When they do, don't be surprised. Just think, I see, today was my turn. And finally, remember this golden rule. When someone acts terribly, the only real way they can hurt you is if they drag you down to their level. The noblest kind of revenge is not to become like your enemy. So keep your cool, be the kind one, the good one, the one who doesn't let someone else's poison turn you bitter. That's how to win. Number 2, everything depends on how you interpret it. Yes, the age-old wisdom bomb. Everything is interpretation. Marcus Aurelius borrowed that one from a cynic philosopher. Those guys were basically the ancient Greek version of sarcastic minimalist. Now, Marcus even admits, it's not literally true, but hey, it's a solid mental hack. Like the duct tape of a Stoic philosophy, not perfect but surprisingly effective in a pinch. Here's the deal, it's not the thing itself that messes with you, it's what your brain decides to make of it. The rain isn't evil, your soaked socks aren't plotting against you. But if you choose to interpret the drizzle as a personal talk from the sky gods, then congrats, you're now angry at the clouds. Alternately, you could say, wow, I'm alive and I can feel things like cold water running down my back. How delightful, uncomfortable, and human of me. Boom, instant refrain. Number 3, you are what you think. Here's another nugget. Your mind is basically play too. Whatever you squish into it repeatedly becomes its shape. Think trashy, negative thoughts every day? Congratulations, you're slowly molding a grumpy, bitter head sculpture. But fit it purposely, calm, empowering thoughts. Now you've got some elegant model origami going on. Your mind will take the shape of what you frequently hold in thought, for human spirit is colored by such impression. You're the narrator of your own life. Choose a tone that doesn't make everything sound like a tragedy. Rain is just rain. Don't let your mind turn it into a storm. Number 4, stay mindful and take deliberate actions. Let's be real, most of us are running on mental autopilot, like we're the human version of Roomba, the little round robot vacuum cleaner. Most of us go through the motions. Wake up, scroll, work, eat, scroll again, sleep, repeat, and suddenly it's been 5 years and you don't remember how you got here. No random actions, none not based on underlying principles, meaning stop doing stuff just because you can. Before you react, lash out, dive into watching videos, pause and think, what am I doing right now with my brain? Am I acting like a wise man or more like a tantrum-throwing toddler? What's driving this? Wisdom or impulse? Purpose or pure chaos? If your inner monologue sounds like, no idea, then congrats, you just found the problem. The secret sauce, intentional living. If you can train your brain to act with intention like you're the CEO of your life instead of just an employee in your feelings department, you'll be way more peaceful and way less likely to freak out over spilled coffee or slow Wi-Fi. Marcos also drops the smooth stoic truth bomb. If you want peace from the outside world, go within. Just don't overstay your welcome. Basically means meditate, but don't hide from your responsibilities. Stop letting your emotions, impulses, or distractions control your every move. Slow down, be calm, be intentional. Number 5. Don't retreat or don't ghost the world. We are all in this together. Human beings weren't designed to live in isolation, no matter how tempting a solo island with Wi-Fi might sound. We're wired for cooperation. Like it or not, society is your extended group chat, and you're a member, seen or not. So, don't let the world noise, frustrations, or neighbors' questionable life choices make you withdraw entirely. Stoicism doesn't mean detachment from humanity. It means engaging wisely with it. You're not here to sulk in a philosophical corner. You're here to participate. If you're only helping others because it's the right thing to do, you're still playing life in easy mode. The next level, realizing you're also helping yourself. Welcome to the go-op mode. Of course, people will disappoint you. They'll say the wrong thing, wear Crocs with socks, and misquote you in meetings. But remember, they're human, just like you, gloriously flawed, often confused. And here's the kicker. You can practice patience by recalling that they act out of ignorance, not malice, that they too will be soon dust, and that they haven't actually harmed you. Your power to choose your response remains gloriously untouched. And when you find yourself spiraling into judgment or irritation, try this radical stoic hack. Focus on their strength. Maybe she's fiercely hardworking. Maybe she's the office peacemaker. Maybe they make a killer cup of coffee. Recognizing their good points, keep your mind balanced and gives your inner critic a coffee break. Need a lift? Think about the strengths around you, the efficiency of one, the humility of another, the humor of the third. Let their virtues be your caffeine. It's good for your soul. So no, don't ghost the world. Don't give up on people. You're not here to win the most philosophical aloof, someone who thinks they're deep and wise, but actually just quietly ignoring the world and acting like they're too cool to care. You're here to contribute, collaborate, and maybe, just maybe, make the world a slightly less chaotic place. Number 6. Your opinion of yourself matters more than the opinions of strangers. There is something deeply ironic about the human condition that Marcus Aurelius puts perfectly. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own. It's the philosophical equivalent of saying, I trust myself completely, unless someone I barely know says otherwise. Now, this isn't a license to become arrogant or self-absorbed. It's a reminder to stay grounded in your values or inner compass, even when the crowd is watching or worse, tweeting. If you know why you're doing what you're doing, and you're done the inner work, then external validation becomes, well, optional, like parsley on the side of plate. It's there, sure, but nobody came to dinner for that. Even more absurd, we often chase the approval of people we don't even respect. Think about that, craving applause from someone whose judgment we wouldn't trust. To seek praise from someone whose secret you roll your eyes at. That's like asking a broken compass for directions. You'll end up lost, and you knew better from the start. Marcus offers an elegant solution. Zoom out. Consider how small these opinions are in the grand scheme of things. One day, none of this will matter. Not the likes, not the gossip, not even endorsement from famous people. Fame in a world like this is worthless. His conclusion, be sincere, be direct, avoid the exhausting habit of pretending to be someone you're not. You're not a brand. You were born to live with integrity. So yes, polish your character, not your image. Impress your conscience, not a stranger's algorithm. And when in doubt, ask yourself, if you already know your worth, why are you asking a stranger? Number 7, be open to correction. Let's be honest, nobody likes being wrong. But you know what worst? Marching proudly in the wrong direction just because you're too stubborn to admit you missed a turn. Being corrected isn't a defeat. It's a plot twist in the story of becoming wiser. Changing your mind when the evidence comes in doesn't mean you've lost. It means you're the kind of person who updates the map when the road changes. That's not weak, that's respectful. To change your mind and to accept correction are free acts too. The action is yours based on your own will, your own decision, and your own mind. So don't flip-flop just to impress people or avoid awkward silences, but also don't cling to bad ideas like their earlooms. Let your ego take the backseat and let the truth drive you for a while. Number 8, respect everyone's freedom. Yes, even their opinions. In a world full of hot takes, it's tempting to just mute on everyone who disagrees with you. But here is stoic time bomb. You can't control other people. You can only control how you respond. So instead of yelling back or rage typing in the comments, try listening. Train yourself not to tune people out. Try as much as possible to see things from their perspective. You don't have to agree, just don't shut down every conversation that makes you uncomfortable. Freedom of speech includes hearing stuff you don't like, especially that. And speaking of freedom, it's not a members only club. Everyone gets it. Equal rights, equal respect, even you're sure they're 100% wrong about a thing. And if you ever end up with power, at work, in politics, or even just moderating a Discord server, remember, power doesn't make you smarter. If anything, puts your worst habit on speakerphone. Power can make people petty, manipulative, and fake deep. Don't become that person. Stay grounded, stay human. So yeah, stand up for your own freedom, but don't forget to defend everyone else too. That's how you build a world worth living in. Number 9, have self-respect. Before you do anything, swipe, post, reply, agree, or indulge, ask yourself, will I still respect myself after? If the answer involves internal cringing or late-night regret, take the exit ramp. Integrity is a quiet habit, not a public performance. Don't speak what you don't believe, even if it's trending. Truth isn't a costume you wear to fit in. It's the fabric you should never trade for applause. And remember, anything that demands you to break a promise, betray our values, or grow bitterness in your heart is not a win. It's a slow, corrosive defeat dressed up in temporary rewards. Angry? Congratulations. You're human. Now prove yourself more than just reflexes and hormones. Real strength doesn't come from barking back. It's in the pause, the patience, in the choice. Not to be reduced to someone else's chaos. If you're a man, if you're human, be human. Either way, don't confuse rage for power. It's composure that shows spine, not tantrums. Above all, don't become anyone else's tyrant, and certainly not their puppet. Stay free in dignity, in thought, in soul, especially when the world isn't. Number 10, avoid complaining. Do your job and don't whine about it, not out loud, not even in your head. If you can handle the task in front of you, handle it. If you can't, ask for help, not as a weakness, but as a form of mature efficiency. Either way, ditch the habit of internal grumbling or whining. It doesn't solve problems, it just makes you the annoying roommate inside your own mind. Complaints are like emotional junk food, satisfying in the moment, regrettable shortly after. You don't need to narrate your struggles with a sigh, you need to act or adapt. And if you're not even complaining inside your head, that's not just being quiet, that's self-control. Number 11, the obstacle is the way. What stands the way becomes the way. Life is unpredictable. A business fails, a relationship ends, your plans unravel at the worst possible moment. Instinctively, we may react with frustration, disappointment, or despair. But what if we paused, and instead of saying, why me, we said, good, what new opportunities does this create? This isn't denials. It's discipline's perspective. Marcus Aurelius, that quietly, relentlessly stoic emperor, understand the secret events themselves aren't the problem. Our interpretation of them is. The impediment to action advances action. What stands the way becomes the way. In other words, what blocks the path can become the path. If you choose to see it that way, a setback, reframe, become a pivot point. A failure becomes feedback. A closed door pushes you to discover another. Admittedly, this is a form of alchemy, not magic, but practice. After all, you didn't want your car to break down, but now that it has, ask, what can I create from this interruption that I couldn't have otherwise? This stoic shift, choosing to look for what can be built, learned, or discovered, isn't just healthier, it's liberating. The obstacle doesn't just get in the way, it points the way. Number 12, adversity is nature's design. Don't be shocked when life gets hard. Expect it and handle it with calmness. Here's foundation truth. The universe is not arranged for your convenience. It will surprise you, challenge you, and sometimes devastate you. Not out of cruelty, but it just doesn't care. But out of indifference, it is what it is. Instead of hoping life spares you difficulty, hope or pray the courage to face it when it appears or happens. Instead of praying for the calmer seas, build yourself into a sturdier ship. And when adversity arrives, as it inevitably will, it will happen no matter what, who or whoever you are, it will. Be like the headland against which the waves continually break. It stands firm and tames the fury of the water around it. Remain steady amidst the storm, not unmoved but unbroken, not emotionless but emotionally anchored or stable. To live well is not to avoid difficulty, but to meet it with the calm confidence of someone who has trained for it. Number 13, strength is forged in adversity. It's easy to view hardship as purely unfortunate, but there's another, more empowering perspective. It's precisely in difficulty that we discover what we are made of. It's unfortunate that this happened. No, it's fortunate that this happened, and I've remained unharmed by it. Adversity is not a curse, but a catalyst. Challenges strip away illusion, distraction, and comfort. What remains is clarity and opportunity to act with integrity, courage, and resilience. As Marcus Aurelius notes, we are not victims of misfortune when we suffer. We are fortunate when we bear suffering nobly. And every event which leads you to sorrow, remember, this is not misfortune, but that to endure it with dignity is good fortune. In modern life, whether it's a job loss, a betrayal, a personal failure, we have the same choice to collapse under the weight of it or stand taller because of it. Strength isn't inherited, it's forged. Number 14, this has all happened before. In a world that seems constantly changing, one thing stays the same: the nature of human experience. Technology evolves, society shifts, but at our core, we remain the same beings, wrestling with trust, ambition, disappointment, and loss. And all that happens, keep before your eyes those who experienced it before you. And now, where are they? Nowhere. When we face betrayal, failure, or heartbreak, it's tempting to believe that we're alone in that pain, but we're not. Millions before us have walked the same road. The name changed, the setting varied, but the story is familiar. So what should we do? Not indulge in drama or bitterness. Not be shocked by what is simply human nature, repeating itself. Instead, rise above the noise, let go of what is petty, and turn your attention to what is meaningful. Let hardship become your material, not master. Concentrate on what you can do with it, because you can use it. Treat it as a raw material, and when faced with choice, remember, our business is with things that really matter. Let adversity temper you, not break you. Let repetitions of life challenges remind you, not of despair, but of timeless opportunity to respond better, wiser, and stronger than those before you. Number 15, stay practical. Focus on what's in front of you. In a world full of distractions, emotional noise, and endless options, it's easy to lose your way. We start tasks without finishing them, pursue outcomes we cannot control, and worry about futures that haven't arrived yet. The Stoics remind us to cut through all of this by staying grounded, focused, and deliberate. If you seek tranquility, do fewer things, but do them better. Do everything as if were the last thing you were doing in your life. Stop being aimless. Stop letting your emotions override what your mind tells you. True peace of mind doesn't come from escape and or avoidance. It comes from committing fully to the present task. Doing it with care, clarity, and finality as though it were your last act. That means filtering out unnecessary thoughts and resisting the urge to dwell on hypotheticals or imagined fears. Wipe away the impress of imagination. Stop being a jerk like a puppet. Limit yourself to the present moment. The most important thing is always right in front of you. Train yourself to return to it over and over. Even the most challenging disciplines or practices can be mastered with effort. When faced with difficulty, ask, why can't I endure this? More often than not, you'll find you can. Just as important is learning to let go of what is outside your power, especially desires for what you cannot have or qualities you cannot change. There's no virtue in self-pity or comparison. There's no point in chasing illusions. Instead, put your energy into cultivating what is truly within your control. Honesty, dignity, endurance, patience, sincerity, moderation, resilience, magnanimity. These are not theoretical ideas. They are practical tools. And they're always within your reach, especially when you return to what matters most, the present moment and the task at hand. Number 16, do what's right, even if it's not popular. If it's not right, don't do it. If it's not true, don't say it. Do the right thing, even when no one is watching. You don't need likes, applause, or recognition. The action is its own reward. Skip the drama. Stick to the truth. Don't waste energy justifying yourself. Say only what's true. Do only what's just. Let your actions speak. Don't expect a standing ovation. If you're doing something kind, do it because it's the right thing, not a validation or return favor. Measure success by action, not outcome. Even if you fail, if you do act it with integrity and gave your best, you've already won. Stay focused, no matter how others act. Someone cuts corner, lies, betrays trust. Don't stoop to match them. Progress is enough. Perfection is not required. Even one small honest step forward matters. Aim to do well, not to be flawless. If you're leading a team, project, or own family, people might resent your integrity. That's okay. You're not here to be liked. You're here to do what's right. A king's role, to do good and to be hated for it. Marcus Aurelius. Daily reframe. Ask yourself, is this true? Is this fair? Would I still do it if no one noticed? Do it anyway. Let your peace come from within, not from the crowd. Number 17. Do what's right, even if it's hard. Hold your ground. Don't rely on others to prop you up. Stand on your own decisions, values, and effort. Do what needs to be done, even if it's uncomfortable or risky. The place you choose to stand, whether it's your career, principles, or your relationships. Hold that ground. Don't flinch when things get tough. Your duty is not to survive, but to live rightly. Don't let your fear make your decisions. Worry less about the danger and more about your integrity. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's acting in spite of it. If you're more worried about losing comfort than doing what's right, you've already lost something bigger, your self-respect. Number 18. Time is short. Act now. Stop putting it off. You've delayed long enough. Think of all the times you said tomorrow and never followed through. The time's gone. You're not getting it back. You don't have forever. You don't even know if you have next week. Do the right thing now. Be honest, be brave, be disciplined, be useful. Forget the approval. You don't need permission to start becoming the person you know you're meant to be. You're not here to impress people. You're here to build a life that matters. The pain of procrastination is self-inflicted. You suffer because you delayed doing what you know you should. Start now. And the suffering fades. Tomorrow doesn't hurt you. Waiting this. Mentally reset. Pretend everything before today is overgone. This moment is your second chance. You're starting a shorter life now. Use it well. Live like you already died once. What you have now is extra. Don't waste it. So your dreams didn't happen, huh? Big deal. You didn't become a world changer at 25. That doesn't mean your life can't be meaningful. You can still serve others, build character, and live with dignity. You're never too old to be kind, to be decent, to make something better than what you came before. That is part of the deal. Just like your height or your skin color, it's not in your control. Your control is how you spend your limited time. Fear gets you nowhere, action gets you everything. You can change your fate, but you can change how you face it. Let's be real, life isn't a smooth escalator to enlightenment. It's more like an obstacle course designed by someone with a dark sense of humor. No matter how zen, sober, or self-disciplined you are, you will slip, trip, pinch, snap, or forget what you were supposed to be doing. It's not a flaw, it's a Tuesday. That's how life goes, nothing unusual about it. The trick? Practice the art of the bounce back. Make a reboot, reset mood. Your superpower. Train yourself to say it's just a detour and get back on track like nothing happened. No drama, no guilt spiral. Don't beat up yourself over it. No emotional fireworks. Think of it this way. The voice in your head, you've already messed up. You might as well go full chaos. It's not your friend. That's the same mindset that turns skipping one workout into nothing but watching Netflix for months. Don't listen to it. And please don't fall into the trap of showing off how on track you are, posting your perfect morning routine while your soul quietly begs for a nap. Isn't Stoicism. It's performance art. Your inner progress doesn't need applause. You're human. You'll mess up. Just don't make dramatic event or a musical. Quietly correct, adjust, and carry on. The better you will get at recovering, the less time you'll spend, of course. And the more you'll start to look like calm, composed adult, even when your inner toddler throwing spaghetti at the wall. Number 20. Look beneath to see things for what they truly are. Want to stop letting stuff stress you out or make you feel less than? Start seeing things for what they really are. That expensive wine, just fruits with better marketing. That designer outfit, regular clothes with a shiny name tag and a ridiculous price. That fancy job title you're chasing, just words someone made up so people feel important. Mentally strip things down to the raw parts. Break the spell. See what's really underneath that shiny wrapping. And this works for people too. Someone insults you. Before reacting, ask, who is this person really? Do they even like themselves? Are they someone whose opinion you'd take on anything important, like which way is the north? Do they seem happy with their own life? Would you trust their advice on anything important, like how to live, how to treat others, or even which direction to walk? If the answer is probably not, then why give their opinion power over you? Now, this doesn't mean you treat people like garbage just because you see through the act. You can understand someone deeply and still choose to treat them with kindness. Truth doesn't have to come with an attitude. Speak honestly, just don't be a jerk about it. In all cases, speak the truth as you see it, but with kindness and humility. When something really grabs your attention, whether it's exciting or upsetting, take a step back. Look at it for what it is, not what it's pretending to be. Most of the time, it's just not a big deal as it feels in the moment. And if someone's giving you a hard time, remind yourself you don't need their approval to live your life, especially if they haven't even figured out how to like themselves. Number 21. Money is a tool, not a trophy. Let's be real. Money makes life easier, but that doesn't make it meaningful. Having it doesn't mean you're winning at life. Not having it doesn't mean you're failing either. Wealth isn't good or bad. It's neutral. It all depends on how you handle it. Use it to build, help, or enjoy. Just don't let it build your identity. If your happiness depends on what's in your card, your closet, or your bank account, you're giving too much power to things that don't last. Own what you have. Appreciate it, but don't need it to feel whole. If it goes away, you're still you. Money should work for you, not the other way around. Number 22. Practice gratitude like a grown-up. Marcus Aurelius opened this meditation with a long list of thank yous, not for stuff, but for lessons. He wasn't grateful for the riches or comfort. He was grateful for the people who taught him how to live well. So be thankful for the people who help you and guide you. And remember, gratitude isn't about listing what you should be thankful for. It's about recognizing what helps shape you and living like it matters. And finally, to stop talking about what a good man is like and just be one. As the saying goes, less TED talk, more walk. Well done is better than well said. Words are easy, doing the work is what counts. And remember, without action, it's like standing in a gym talking about how strong you are instead of picking up the weights. And like reading the recipes out loud but never cooking the meal. Thank you so much.